What school do you attend?
UMass Lowel.
What is your graduation year?
Well, I'm graduating in the fall, so 2020, winter of 2020,
What level of degree are you currently trying to achieve?
undergrad.
What is your major?
Well, bachelor's. um, I'm exercise physiology, and then I'm doing physical therapy for grad school.
How were you completing your degree prior to the coronavirus? Were you on
So,
campus?
well, if I can just add something to the question that you already asked me, I'm getting a bachelor's degree, and then I'm also getting a doctorate degree.
Okay,
So there you go.
cool.
What was the next question? I'm sorry.
How were you completing your degree prior to the coronavirus?
On campus.
And then were you on campus housing or off campus housing?
On campus housing.
What was the approximate date of when you were first notified about the school's changes in operation?
It was spring break, so March 10th-ish, I think.
And what is your school's final decision? Have they moved online for the rest of the year, or are they closed?
Yep, everything's online for the rest of the school year. And the campus
Did
is
your
closed.
did your university change the grading system or give you the option to in response to these changes?
Yeah, they said we could choose to do pass fail, but it's up to us, and I'm not.
What would you be doing for academic classes and extracurriculars if there wasn't the pandemic?
Well, I'd be taking five classes. Well, I still am, but like full time, basically. And then for extracurriculars, I do tennis, and I'm part of a club, ODK, like a leadership club thing.
Mhm. Overall, what was your first reaction to the news?
Well, when I was in nutrition class, my professor was like before spring break, he was like, you might be going online after break. And we were all like, what? But I mean, I was like, it kind of escalated over spring break, so I wasn't surprised when they made the decision. I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't like super shocked because I had already like kind of known that it was
Mm-hmm.
going to happen.
Were you disappointed at all with the changes?
I mean, yeah, I don't prefer online at all, but I think it makes sense.
And do you think the quality of education you're getting online is the same of what you would be getting in person?
I mean, my professors are trying like their hardest, I think, but I don't think it's the same quality just because online is a lot different than in person. Like the lectures and everything is just a whole different thing. No.
What classes of yours do you think have been the most impacted by the transition to online learning?
Well, definitely my lab because my lab is all hands on. And so trying to do that online is extremely difficult. But they've sort of just changed the expectations of it. And then my main strength and conditioning class is kind of different because that is sort of an in-person class too. It's kind of like a visual class. So it's just, those two have been different. I mean, the nutrition class hasn't really been impacted, but I also am in a directed study, so that's like research as a professor. And so that's obviously been impacted because we can't do research because the research lab isn't open. So that one has probably actually been the most impacted. But right now we're just like planning out what we're going to do.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel about the amount of time you were given prior to any changes being made?
I feel like we were given a good amount of time. We had like a week and a half.
Did you feel you had enough time to move out of your dorm, and if you had enough time to do so before the deadline set by the university?
Yeah, so we all picked a certain day to move out. And so that kind of just like fit with our schedule. So that was good.
Do you feel your work is impeded in any way by by your current living situation?
Definitely, because trying to do homework with my family around is literally impossible because they're so irritating and constantly bothering me. And I feel like less motivated to actually do my schoolwork because I'm not surrounded by like my friends who kind of motivate me to do it more.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Have your internship or job search overall has that been impacted by the
yes,
coronavirus?
100% because I want to work in a physical therapy office and they've all shut down. It's like they're not hiring right now. They can't get a job. And the job that I would have worked at, which is at a hospital, doesn't need me right now because they don't have any secretaries. So currently unemployed.
Do you believe your preparation for further schooling, graduate school, has been impacted by the coronavirus?
As of right now, no, because it's still a year away. But we'll see where we are in the summer when I start.
Um, as for your preferred learning style, on a scale of 1 to 10, say 1 being an online learner and 10 being a traditional classroom learner, where would you say you fall on that scale?
I'm definitely a visual person. So you said 10 was in class.
Mm-hmm.
So probably like, I mean, I'm adapting fine, but I probably like preferably be a 10 because I just like prefer to be on campus so much more than online,
Mm-hmm.
especially for my major because it's like super visual and in person, hands on stuff. I'm sure you can relate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then same scale in terms of learning, 1 to 10, uh, 1 being by yourself and 10 being in groups. Where do you feel you fall there?
I mean, I can learn fine on my own, but like, do I prefer to learn in a group? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Yeah, I prefer to learn in a group. I feel like my classmates motivate me to want to do better, you know,
Mm-hmm.
being around other people, being able to talk about certain topics and whatever. It's just different. I definitely would probably be like an 8.
Mm-hmm. And then same scale, 1 being you're self-motivated in accomplishing tasks or goals, and 10 being you're motivated by others in doing so. Where do you feel you fall there?
What was 1?
1 is you're self-motivated, and then 10 is you're motivated by others in completing tasks and getting stuff done.
Well, I definitely am self-motivated to do my work, but at the same time, like I like to be motivated by other people, so I'd probably say 5. Because I mean, even if I'm not around my classmates, like I still want to do well, you know. So in the middle, both.
How do you feel overall you as a learner function in an online setting?
I have to see. Oh, just kidding. I feel like I function all right. If I could go, if there was other places for me to go, like the library, it would be good because I could just focus more there. Like I'm not really focusing super well at home just because my family is home too. And it's just not the same as being at school. But you know, I get my stuff done, so I function all right.
Mm-hmm.
Like my class, the good thing is that my classes are easier now online, so I don't have to like put in as much effort, which is like, I mean, it's good and bad, but it's good for being online. So, you know, if they were harder, it would probably be worse, but it's okay.
How are your classes easier online?
Just because I don't know, being in person is just like a whole different learning thing. Like I don't know, just like in a lab, like you have to do certain exercises and go through certain things, and like online we're just teaching ourselves. Like it's just not the same. Like I've lab practicals that we would have to study day in and day out for, and like now we just don't have them. Like we have different online exams and stuff, and like our final lab practical we would have to study like so much for, but now we're just making a video of us doing something instead. So it's really not the same. And like doing research in a lab is like so time consuming, but now it's just like, okay, I need to spend 1 hour a week on this assignment and just pass it in. I mean, obviously my teachers are trying really hard, but it's just, I don't know, it's just not the same.
So you feel
So
like you're spending less time overall on your schoolwork than you would be on campus?
For sure. Yep. Probably like less than half the time. It's pretty bad, but I mean, I'm still getting my work done.
Mm-hmm. Those are all the questions I have. Do you have anything else you'd like to share about this experience?
Well, I feel like not to completely bash on online schooling because they're doing the best that they can. We didn't really expect this to happen, so it's kind of like just what they got to do right now to get us through. I do appreciate that they're doing online because if they just completely cut the entire semester, I would be so upset. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a good thing, but just, I mean, it's obviously it's not the same as being in person, but I'm like glad that we're doing it instead. And if we were in school right now, like literally everyone would have the corona. So this is probably the best option.
Mm-hmm.
So, just got to do what we got to do.
Mm-hmm. All right, cool. Thank you.
Do you?
End interview. Okay. Thanks, Jack.
Okay.
And